Morgan & Morgan is the biggest player in personal injury. So if you're going to be targeting personal, like, you know this, Frankie, but for anyone else, if you want to get personal injury attorneys, you need to seek the Lighthouse. The Lighthouse is the person who's the best known in the area, because you as an agency, you're not an attorney. You're not a dentist. You're not a real estate agent. You're not, whatever the thing is. So if I wanted to serve real estate agents, I wouldn't just go call up real estate agents all day long and say, hey, would you like more buyer and seller leads? No, I would try to create content together with Tom Ferry, who's the #1 guy in real estate. This is the inception, the dream inside the dream inside the dream, playing chess multiple steps ahead. And then when I have a video and whatnot with Tom Ferry going on and on about, how to do digital marketing, all these other real estate agents will say, if Tom Ferry, here, I'm going to play this beginning clip, which is a little bit pompous, but just listen.
Oh, I love your pompous shit, dude. You're for as genius as you are, you're far too modest, I think.
But this is something I'm only showing it not to boast, but I want to show you what I'm intentionally collecting, or our team is intentionally collecting, processing as part of this content factory. Okay. So here's the beginning of this podcast. Just listen carefully to what we're going to pull.
The podcast. First of all, we've been on this tear on all things video, whether it's the videos you should be creating or how to become camera ready. Today, I want to introduce you to Dennis Yu, and of course, Jason Pantana is joining as well. When I think about Dennis and his background, and I'm going to ask you to give him the scoop, I think of Seth Godin, email marketing, Dennis Yu, all things digital marketing. So no pressure, by the way. But
now imagine there's only a few people that saw this because it was on YouTube. Some people saw this. Real estate agents, of course. So some people saw this here. And then you can see the comments here. Look at these comments. And they're all like this. They all say this, right? This was also shared on Twitter. This also ranks on the web in SEO. It's on multiple channels, but only a few thousand people have seen this. And there are almost 2 million real estate agents. So if I don't repurpose it to multiple channels, and if I don't run ads against it, then I'll have this blip, just like I got featured in Forbes last week for the new book we have, or I spoke at a conference, but it's not being seen. So I would ask you, Frankie, if you have a moment like this with John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan, then what are you going to do to get the most mileage out of that one piece of content?
Yeah,
that's what people are missing. Agency owners, they don't understand that part because they're too busy trying to fill up their calendar, whatever the hell that means. Fill up your calendar with more appointments.
Yeah. By the way, can I just add, for anybody who's ever done that it's fucking terrible. Nobody tells you what a full calendar of unconvinced strangers, how miserable and draining that'll make your life. And then you barely have any time. If you do it well, like most people are talking, you barely have any time to deliver like a world-class deliverable because you're too busy trying to, take calls and convince strangers to, what almost results in a high form of begging, as we're, kind of what you're showing here, where you're coming in with somebody like Tom Ferry, who already has this industry clout and credibility. It's much more like seductive, pull you in. I want to work with the best. People are going to see somebody they know. Like, you've got stuff out there. For example, we talked earlier about Grant Cardone. There's a lot of people who know who Grant Cardone is. When they see you together, they're just going to assume Dennis is fucking awesome. I want to be part of his world.